Hello guys. So we are going over our blend shape deformers. So I've chosen a couple of the characters that I want to edit out of the little base pack that I gave you guys. For midterm, you are going to have to rig a whole character. This can be one of the characters that you created in a previous class, or it can be one of these characters, and I'll have more hairstyles, clothing, and etc. for you guys to use. Um, and maybe a couple extra different variants for teaching purposes and to make our class go along well and to have you better understand in a purpose that we can push along class faster. We're all going to use the same one for this, and then you're going to apply it to your real life scenario of whatever character you choose to use. So, we have our character here, and for our blend shapes, we just want to have a fast-acting way to get quick into emotions or anything for our character. So we need to detach the head because that's the only thing we want to act upon. I'm going to come up here, go to Edge, go ahead and double-click the edge in which you want your face head portion to separate from its body. Go up to Edit Mesh, Detach. Then you're going to go to Object Mode, and you're going to go Mesh and Separate. So now you should have a head and a body. Cool. So once we got that, we are going to want to duplicate this head portions. I was having issues. If you can move it over easily, that's good. I'll show you what basically was happening, and then we'll go from there. So go ahead and surround select your face with all the features, and deselect anything else that got selected. And Control C, Control V to copy. You also want to make sure that your translations and everything are zeroed out. If they are not zeroed out, then you'll have issues. So go ahead and make sure that all of those pieces are zeroed out too. So I could go ahead and hit W. When I start to move this, everything comes apart. So I'm going to go ahead Control Z, and I'm just going to come in and select each one by one and move it over. I might have fixed the ones for class, so your guys's might be able to move completely fine. I just created this file first, and then went back and fixed the other one, so I think I fixed it on that, but I am not quite certain. And some of them, like little dot eyes, will probably be fine to move over, I think. I think I also have for your guys' file, the eyebrows and the eyelids are connected. You can also separate those for when we do controllers if you're wanting to use the same face and you want that blink feature to be by controller instead of a blend shape. Oops. Make sure that you don't double select an object or you're going to lose something. Always hit Control Z and then come in here with holding down Control and unselect one of them. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to create 3, but I want you to make 3 to 5 face expressions, so happy, angry, sad, surprised, all of those, and then some A-E-A-O-U, like THN sounds that the character would be doing. You might have to model in a tongue. I did not model a tongue for this character. And then I want you to do blinking, so one eye, the other eye, and then together, and some eyebrow raises. In the next class, we will create our board for all of our controls. Keep demo selecting that eyeball. Alright, so like I said, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to do one at a couple of them. Oops. Okay. So it doesn't matter where these are. These should have a translation, but when I zero these out, it should snap to our character. Control Z. There we go. And that is important. So what I'm going to do is you cannot, so if I went in here and moved this down by rotation, that will not hook onto the blend shape. You need to do it by moving the vertices. So I'm going to come in and make this guy, this face be happy, so I'll have a nice happy smiley face for her. You also need to make sure that you're not moving the deformers at all. I mean adding any geometry or subtracting it. It needs to be an exact duplicate of whatever you're using against. So I went ahead and pressed B to turn on our soft select. I want you to come over here and it should have a tool settings. Come down here to your soft select and go ahead and change this. Normally on volume, go ahead and change it to surfaces. This will make it so that it's not directly selecting inside of the mouth. It's acting as it does everywhere else. So it's harder to explain, but basically it's not grabbing as much. It's going along the surface of the object as opposed to, say, if you were in Photoshop and you were to drop down a splotch of paint, it was going to grab all of those vertices. And this way it's more acting smartly and can tell that there is an inside of the mouth there. You can go ahead and hold down your B button and your left click, and you can drag your mouse from side to side, and this should change everything. I'm just going to give her a little smile. Her mouth's a little crooked, but that's okay. And then maybe, you know, when we smile, maybe our cheeks raise up a little bit, so I'm going to grab some of her cheeks. Move those up as well. And when I smile, my ears also move. I know that because my hat goes up and down, because it is too big for my head. And I want these ones too. I'm going to go ahead and press tab and just drag over these to paint. Okay. Make sure I don't have anything else, and raise up the ears a little. They go a little out too. Oh, too much. There we go. Alright. So I've moved this face bit. Maybe you'd want to pull up these a little bit more, move them out. Whoa. There. Okay. So, now what you're wanting to do, go ahead and press that tool, just get rid of it. Come over here, switch this into animation, and I'm going to select the shape that I want to enact the blend shape onto, and then I'm going to select my actual character's face, go up to Deforms, Blend Shape, pull out the dialog box, go ahead and click Apply. So over in your channel box now, you'll notice there is Blend Shape. Now if I slide this over, you can see that her face will change into what our new face is. Press 3 so it's a little softer. So, cool. We have that. Let's go ahead and do a blink. So you can do a blink, or you can, sorry, let's go ahead and move the eyebrows maybe. I think your eyebrows are connected. So I'm just going to do one of these. You should be able to grab both of your eyebrows because I connected them in this file. They're not connected yet. So I'm going to grab my vertexes and going to move them up. There. And you will have to do this one at a time. Yours are connected, so it will just be the one. Apply. Now this eyebrow should have the blend-shaped deformer. Happy. The other eyebrow. Oops. And then maybe I want to move her eyes up a little bit. And remember, yours are connected again, but remember that it needs to be your vertexes that you're removing with this. I think I also corrected your guys' eyes completely. Oops. You get the idea. And then you would go ahead and hook that up. Okay. So, moving on to the next one, we'll go ahead and make kind of a blink. So I'm going to go ahead and do what you just saw me kind of do there. Try and grab these guys. Do not want all of them. I'm going to just I do not know why it is only grabbing that. Hello. Sorry about that. Okay. We will just take it from the edge. If you chose the one with the little dot eye, obviously yours won't be as hard to move. You just squish down your eyeball, and I completely dragged that out. This is going to be a lot of playing around, trying to get the face shapes that you need. Okay. Close enough for the demonstration. Obviously, it's not perfect. But close enough. It's kind of scary. Like I said, keep playing around with it until it looks like how you want it to. Alright, so I'm selecting this. selecting this eyeball, over to my deform, and doing a blend shape. So obviously it needs to be fixed a little bit more here. I would Control Z this and remove those out. But like I said, just go around and play with it until you get all the shapes that you need. Now, let's say from our file in class that you have extras and you haven't created all the ones that we need to, or you are going to use this for your final and you want extras on there, or you've thought of something again that you might need. How would you add another one? So it's actually kind of simple. So I have this one. Let's make a sad face this time. Press my B key again. Maybe you want to create shocked or something too, whatever. Sad. Be the center of her face droops. Kind of pouty. But anyway, so we have this pouty one. And I'm going to click that one again and shift click this again. And this time I'm going to go down to blend shape and add. So now when I have this, I should have blend shape. And she's in the smiling, but I can go ahead and move the second one and it will give me the sad face. Say I want to one, S, out here, S, and S. So now you can see it. Cool. Alright. So next class, after you get all of your deformer shapes ready, we will go ahead and make the board, like the button on the desk girl. Pull her up. So we'll make this board here. So that you'll just be able to control it by these. As you can see, if you want, you can pull out her either one of the other geometries and use those as eyebrows instead of having them as separate. Gives it a little bit more of a cartoony feel. But your end of today's assignment should look something like this. Alright, thanks guys.